and TV show reviews what you need. Film threats on fire, we're planting the seeds. Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the deal. Turn the fun, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather round. 1, 2, 3. From blockbusters to indie gold. Oh yeah, Chris and Alan break the mold. Pop your corn, turn down the lights. Get ready to groove through movie nights. Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the deal. Turn the fun, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather round. 1, 2, 3. Grab your popcorn, sit right down. Film threats, the hottest show in town. Yeah. Laughs, chills, and deep debates. Chris and Ellen, let's celebrate. Woo! Film threat, we keep it real. Dive into the stories, you know the deal. Turn the fun, it's the place to be. Movie lovers gather
He was just here. God.
I'm really busy at the moment with Dr. Doom, but I'll say it. Alan.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for throwing me under the bus on the music today.
I just want to play one of those videos. I don't. That's an excuse. Wait, should I play another one?
Alan, I've been looking for you myself. Alan.
I got a bunch of them here. A whole bunch.
Dude, where the hell is this guy and what is he waiting for? Get over here. Alan.
See? It's fun to play it.
Hello, Chris. I would like to thank Film Threat for reviewing all my films and, most importantly, reviewing indie films. Now let's get the show on the road. Where is he? Alan.
It was
I'm going to see him this weekend, by the way.
Yeah, that's right. Are you going to that?
I'm going to go to that, yeah.
Yeah, Friday's show is going to be weird. I'll be in Vegas at the American Film Market. I'll give you a preview of it. I'm going to take video on Thursday, tomorrow. And you will have an early reaction to Gladiator 2. Can't talk about it till next week. And I will do a live stream from AFM on Saturday afternoon, time TBD, but I will walk the floor, talk to people. I hope to run into Lloyd Kaufman. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
Are you allowed to talk about what your panel is? Or
yes, I am allowed to talk about what my panel is. It is maximizing impact, crafting powerful films with limited budgets. The panelists are Paul Bales from The Asylum, Max Wartendijk from Noble Gas Media, Jeff Deravet, producer, Efuru Flowers, Flourishing Films, and Richard Botto from Stage 32. I know a few of those people.
Yeah.
So crafting powerful films with limited budgets, which is something we need now. That is my panel on Saturday at 3:30. So I'll be there basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hope to run into Jim Agnew. He was there. Yeah. And other friends that will be in Vegas. Because Vegas has been so good to me.
Yes.
I'm really taking it easy. I'm early nights for me in Vegas. Drinking a lot of club soda.
By the way, I got to correct you. Gary did not save your life.
No. Hey.
You had the stroke already. You're a day after it. And then also, I got food because I hadn't eaten all day and I was passing out.
Well, I mean, we've got to get you food before I get to the hospital.
Well, let's also talk about the trip to the hospital where you were adamant about just going to the hotel room and sleeping it off.
Yeah, that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I give you and Dante credit, and especially you, putting the robbery aside for a moment. Look, we can laugh about it now.
I know.
It sucked, but
that weekend was very tense for the two of us.
Well, I'll just say I learned I have great friends. I learned amazing people I'm surrounded by that care about me. Because I feel like I'm always like the team mom or the team captain, you know, or call me since Tim Waltz doesn't need it now, call me coach.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of the coach, but I don't like to be the center of attention. As weird as it is to say, doing YouTube and public stuff, I don't like to be the center. I like a group of people. That's why I like Versus is my favorite show, second to doing this show with you. But I love Versus because I see so many people. We got to give Angry Badger credit. He's stuck with us the entire stream, 7.5 hours. We beat our old record and we got demonetized like badly. Like we got tons of, I'm surprised we didn't get a strike, but it was bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, lemons to lemonade, this stroke did one thing, and that's got you a lot healthier today than you were.
True.
At that time. And
I feel great, and I'm appreciative to everybody, and I just have fun with you doing this. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, maybe next time we'll lose thousands of dollars again.
I don't think it was going to be that either, but that was a lot of fun. We will do events like that again.
Yeah.
Obviously, we do in award season. We do the Oscars. We've got our awards. Award this. We're very close to announcing nominees and tickets on sale. February 2nd, the Sunday, is our event for award this at the Frida Cinema. And just because you're here on the live stream, you get a preview. A few people are here. We're going to go to some quick chat comments and then right to our topic for today.
All right. From Bill S. Preston Esquire. Now is the time to be magnanimous. I got it. We voted. Some folks are excited, some relieved, some upset, but it's over and we need to be one America again.
Agreed.
That would be my prayer. All right. Sons and Shadows. Don't suppose we have Evil Dead fans up in here. We ran a live stream review in the middle of everything just to give a break to everyone. Had a good turnout.
Oh, that's great, Sons and Shadows. I love Evil Dead.
The Nerd Far Away. I stayed up way too late last night. I don't remember which site FT streamed election results, but it was about 15 minutes ahead of all the mainstream news outlets, and I thought it was great. Yes, we called it. We called everything before everyone else, and not only that, we charted the path to victory, and that's exactly how it went.
You were literally did Steve Kornacki's job on MSNBC. He's the only one I can kind of tolerate watching because he's more of a mathematics guy, and you did a better job than him. It was really fantastic. You had the links, and I was just there to goof on everybody.
But I was there. It was like Trump needs to get Alaska.
Yeah.
Now all he has to do is get Pennsylvania, and it's over. And that's what happened. So there we go. Good job, me. ADL is 24. Suckers and losers, do not come to Canada. We're already full.
Hey, thank you, 8LS24. Had some great suggestions. What was that video that played with like the montage of Trump and Tulsi and RFK? Wow. That was a great. I want to watch that again. I got chills. It was awesome.
And by the way, ADLS, once you guys get rid of your prime minister,
please.
We'll come up.
What am I doing here? Okay. All right. And what's next? It says Castigan, member for 13 months. I'll be posting videos. What's next? I don't know. The holidays are best and worst of the year. There's a lot going on. Gladiator 2 review. It's going to be, Al and I are very busy. And Lord Thoth.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Sign up as a member. Join us on X, Discord, Rumble, and Instagram. Buy our merch at shop.filmthreat.com.
And by the way, the merch, the store is getting a revamp. Our election merch is gone. But we will next week have our holiday merch will be in the shop, thanks to Atomic Glory. So stick for that. A little makeover of our shop here. This is one of my favorite. I love this. The Drinker's Choice collection. I really love it. I'm going to put myself full screen for a sec because you got to see this glass. It's amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite designs. It's awesome. So get yourself a pint. Okay. Now let's go to our first topic here. And I'm going to bop around on some of these, Alan, if you don't
Sure.
mind, because we have a lot. The MPAA congratulates Trump. Now, the MPAA is the organization that rates movies. So, you go to the ratings board, they watch your film, they say, well, this is an R because of, and they list reasons, or we cannot give this. If you want a PG-13, well, it's more of an R, but there's excessive blood here or whatever. I dealt with, if you would put the story up, I personally dealt with the MPAA when my big fat independent movie, which, quick announcement, is going to come out next year. We're doing a 20th anniversary premiere and Blu-ray release party probably in April. TBD, but our film had problems because our marketing material was rated like we couldn't use it because we had guns in our movie poster. But in any case, I've dealt with the organization. I'll just say they were great to deal with. They were very honest, no BS. And the reason to get rated is so that you can be in the commercial marketplace. That is movie theaters and shelves in things like Best Buy. Although Best Buy then, now no more. But let's take a look at this from Variety.
All right, from Variety, Motion Picture Association congratulates Trump, looks forward to working on Hollywood issues. The Motion Picture Association, which represents 7 major entertainment studios, congratulated Donald Trump on Wednesday on his victory in the presidential race. In a statement, the Hollywood Trade Group also congratulated the incoming Congress as Republicans look to control the Senate and said it looked forward to working on issues affecting the industry. We look forward to working with them on a wide range of important issues for film, television, and streaming media, which supports more than 2.7 million American jobs, boosts more than 250,000 businesses in cities and small towns across the country, and delivers over $242 billion in wages to our workforce each year. We commend everyone who worked this year to ensure fair elections and preserve our nation's legitimate democratic processes.
What is your take on this?
They are covering their bases, and they're just saying, look, no hard feelings. I know we didn't vote for you, but let's work together anyways.
I say if Trump is a good negotiator, and we know he is, I would use that. Can you dial down the rhetoric? You don't need to say I'm the greatest person ever, but how about don't say I'm a Yahtzee? I mean, it is disgusting because I see it's affected my group of friends. I have you've known me for what, 8 years, Alan?
Yeah.
Maybe longer when we first met. I've got my friend group is all over the place. A lot of people, they have a friend group that is kind of the same. My friends are like, I have friends that are into horror. I have friends that are into politics. I have friends that don't care about politics. I have friends that are super uber nerdy. I have friends that are goth. I have friends that are metal. And I'm this sort of average looking dude, whatever. And they're just all over the map. So fine. But I've seen my friend group like get into spats over, well, that Trump is evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rhetoric has to come down, but it starts with the thing is this, the way I look at stuff, I can't change other people. I can't. I can only change myself. I can only lead by example. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to vilify, half the country or parts of my friends. It's like, I get their reasons and it's okay. And I think empathy is really the best thing. Just, just some level of understanding. And I also think, God, look at movies like Top Gun Maverick or other films that have done well. The films that have done the best are ones that just kind of avoid politics altogether. I don't know. What do you think?
In the case of Maverick, there was a very pro-America sentiment to it as well.
I miss that. There's been so much anti-American rhetoric and movements, and I am not anti-American. And now I'm in favor of fixing aspects of America. Maybe let's get the drugs out. Maybe let's help our fellow citizens in East Palestine or Hawaii. I mean,
Or the homeless.
I'd like my money to go to my fellow Americans. I'm behind it. I'm all for it. Let's go. But a lot of it is just we've been so deprioritized fellow Americans and vilified fellow Americans. I'm not in favor of it. No way.
All right. Now I'll give you an example of why this story is interesting, and why the motion picture is sort of sidling themselves up to Trump. But during his first term, he actually worked with the music industry and was able to negotiate what was called the Music Modernization Act in 2018. And that was a way to kind of bring fairness to the royalties process, to kind of close a lot of loopholes that occurred with artists, writers, and their royalty situation. And I will say this, of the people that I know in the music industry, those who really hate Donald Trump, they thought that he negotiated a deal. And they were very appreciative of the Music Modernization Act. And so I think, as much as, people say, Trump is a dictator and wants to do, this and that, he proved in that first term that he could actually come up with a fair deal that benefits not just the people who voted for him and supported him, gave him money, but for the entertainment industry in general. And I think that's what the MPAA is going for here, is to say, hey, look, you won, and I think we could work with you. And I hope that's what this stems from.
Let's go to your comments here, starting with Supers.
KG Jung became a YouTube member.
Check out the members' videos.
Okay, Wolfgang for 10. As much as I enjoyed the meltdown, and I really did, it might be time to not fight each other and start dismantling the propaganda machine. Gloating while cathartic is not going to fix anything.
Wolfgang, I am with you. I don't that's why I said, I have a very eclectic, diverse, and I don't mean by what they look like. I have a diverse group of friends. They're all over the map. It's weird and good, but yeah, you're right. And they think differently. Gloating. Please don't.
All I'll say is, what if Harris had won? Do you think they would be saying, all right, the fair and square, Harris won, now let's work together? I don't get that feeling. And I think the gloating would have been unbearable had she won.
Yeah. But I'm with you. I'm with you, Wolfgang.
Razorbird for 2. Chris, I got wasted on your stream last night.
As one should. Thank you, Razorbird. Hey, I'm going to see you at Dragon Con. I am having trouble booking a hotel. So any advice you can give me, please, Razorbird, you can reach out. Go to the contact on the website. Love to hang with you again in Atlanta.
Felix Bruchmann for 20 euros. Kept fingers crossed for Trump victory. Also today, announced at 9 p.m. German time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Current shitty left German government broke apart. What a day. Conservatives wave incoming. Keep up your good work. Greetings from Germany.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm part German. I have been to Germany. I went to the Oldenburg Film Festival in Oldenburg, Germany. A beautiful small town. I rode bikes everywhere. I hope to get back one day. But thank you, Felix. Appreciate you.
And I studied German in high school. So Wie geht's, Bruder? Gundam Warrior 1 for 199. Make movies great again.
I got the hat. I'm taking it with me to AFM.
Yeah, you should. Golden Spider Duck. Trump loves people who love him, and he truly loves Hollywood, and they loved him until they didn't.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, there's something about Trump and loyalty that exists. Patrick Lemire, the best thing anyone can do for Hollywood is make the economy strong enough for people to afford to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Pike B, MPAA, congratulations. Now we want tax money. Yep.
Yay, that's what it is. They want tax breaks to
Mhm.
save the industry.
Exactly.
That's what I'm guessing.
Roxanne tonight. Why do I get the feeling Trump isn't going to be able to fix Hollywood issues either?
Probably not, but what everyone having these problems
Mhm.
needs to look in the mirror and do some self-analysis. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Is the only way to fix this stuff. You got to look in the mirror and say, maybe we shouldn't be attacking fans.
Maybe we went too far.
Maybe we should listen to Star Wars fans and just make a badass movie with Jedi and no agendas. No agendas, just Jedi.
Patrick Lemire says the MPAA is being smart. Yes, they are.
Love that.
Can't blame them for it.
Let's actually go to another story. Switching to this story, A-list celebs that couldn't help Harris. One thing that I think is clear after this election, I believe that celebrities will be used less. Celebrities will be used less in political campaigns. I think you will continue to see celebrities used to get out the vote. Let's all vote. I'm encouraging you to vote, but not encouraging any particular candidate or adopting causes that are universal, like let's, fix homelessness, or let's fix a problem that isn't left or right, that is just helps all of us. And I think celebrities, a lot of them we know for a fact, especially on TikTok and social media, they were paid. They were paid agents to get out and make statements. The Richard Gere one, which we saw, was pretty cringe. Harrison Ford was sad. The some, not all, of the Avengers, that one was very sad to see, and it came so last minute. I think that is going away because how can someone who's blue collar, working class relate to a celebrity? It's almost an insult. It almost pushes you the other direction. But anyways, if you would read this story and offer your commentary, Alan, I want to hear what you think.
All those A-list celebrities couldn't save Harris, but Joe Rogan helped Trump. Big endorsements didn't rescue Kamala Harris's presidential campaign yet. There's some evidence that Joe Rogan's gave Trump a boost with young voters. Joe Biden was perhaps inevitably going to be forced to quit his race for re-election, but George Clooney's July 10th New York Times op-ed urging the president to step aside was considered one of the major turning points in the public and donor class's opinion of Biden's fitness for office. A couple of celebrities' endorsements were built up in the media as absolutely critical needle movers. Whether or not Taylor Swift would back Vice President Harris, for example, was obsessed about for months. When Swift waded into the fray and endorsed Harris in September, her nod was considered a major win, racking up 10 million likes and sending a surge of 400,000 Swifties to vote to voter registration sites. Read one ABC headline: How Taylor Swift's endorsement of Harris could change the election endgame.
And by the way, it did not.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift did not change the election results. And in fact, I do think these celebrities probably did damage.
Yeah, in fact, the article gets into that. So the next one talks about Eminem, Lizzo, Bruce Springsteen, Megan Thee Stallion, all these celebrities supporting Harris, Charlie XCX, of course. Yet for all the Gen Z courtship and endorsements from celebrities with legions of young fans, vote tally showed that Harris significantly lost ground among 18 to 29-year-olds compared to Biden. All of this seems to support the 2010 North Carolina State University study. But young voters are not swayed by celebrity endorsements of political candidates, and sometimes even like the candidates less as a result of receiving a celebrity endorsement. They often like the celebrity less as well. And there was a pro-Harris ad narrated by Julia Roberts, which depicted two wives secretly voting for Harris while married to apparent Trump supporters. While some praise the ad as cleverly trying to peel off conservative-leaning female voters, others slam the commercial as condescending. And I think that's the big thing is the the tone you get is one of condescension. There's also a level of narcissism where these celebrities come up and say, "Hey, I've got these millions of followers. They're going to do everything I say because they love me," and then people see through that and kind of turn on the celebrity and the candidate this way as well.
I mean, I think that both campaigns. I mean, Trump got lucky on so many things, but also ran a great campaign.
Yeah,
he ran a great campaign. The Dems, a terrible campaign where they vilified this. How are you going to convince people to vote for you when you make them the enemy? That's not. It's God. It's very sad to see.
Well, one thing. Okay, so the way campaigns were run in the past, the candidate would do these quick interviews with 60 Minutes, ABC, NBC. But this election was very different. I mean, as the article points out, just sitting down and talking with Joe Rogan humanized Donald Trump. Sitting down with the and humanized Trump. These are interviews that candidates would never do, would never have done in the past. 3-hour conversation, and it just shows, that's why I believe the working class voters, supported Trump compared to Harris and Biden and everyone else.
Well, the truth is also, the mainstream media has not been kind to Trump. In fact, they've gone out of their way to just like derail him and make I don't think we will ever see a debate ever again like that awful one he did with Kamala.
Yeah.
Or even the Biden one, where you're muting mics, you've got 2 minutes. Why?
Yeah.
These rules are arbitrary. Let the candidates debate issues.
Yeah.
One of the great conversations, I'm not sure. I mean, I watched the Trump on Rogan. I watched Trump on Theo Vaughn. I saw JD Vance on Rogan and the Tim Dillon show. JD Vance, it was a nuanced conversation. He got deep into policy. He talked about his family life and his children.
Yeah.
He told funny stories, but then also talked why these issues are important to him. Never once did I hear anything from Harris that wasn't a canned statement, pre-rehearsed and workshopped, amongst probably focus groups.
Yeah, no sound bites.
Trump goes with his gut. I mean, he could sit there and talk to you about cement.
Yeah.
See, but then
being able to talk extemporaneously like that just shows that he has a series of values and that his policies are going to be based on these values, and that if anyone talks to him about these values, he can speak to it from a very natural standpoint, versus Harris, who had a speech for everything, had a way to deflect, never really talking about the issue. And so you never got to know her, which was the biggest problem, I think, for Harris, is we still don't. All we know is she was someone who ran for president and wanted to be president.
And I'll end with this before we go to your comments, but I think we need to look at who is being elected into offices, why they're being elected, where they come from, and how they solve problems. The way I see it is Trump could solve problems. He's a guy who got things done. He got buildings built. The skating rink outside, like where they always show in NBC, there's that big rink.
The Rockefeller Plaza.
Rockefeller. They couldn't get that built for years. Trump did it in a short amount of time. He was like, let me handle it. Boom, and got it done.
Yeah, under budget and ahead of time.
Yeah, he knows how to talk to people. He understands timelines, deadlines, schedules. He is a builder, a businessman, a deal maker. Kamala Harris, her way of her words, how to solve problems was she was going to go after the price gouging. It was to litigate it like a lawyer. That's a way to solve a problem.
Like a prosecutor.
Go after, especially groceries, which we know the profit margins are razor thin. It's like 5%. They're not making a lot of money in the grocery business. It's a very thin margins for groceries. So her way was to solve all these problems. Her plan was to prosecute more laws, more price gouging. That's not how you do it. So you need incentives. So I think, and also people just know how full of crap celebrities are, that it's so hypocritical that I love actors. I think they're, when you see a great actor who's worked hard, gives a great performance, brings some entertainment to us, I love it. I don't want to be lectured by them about anything about politics. And it was the Golden Globes years ago. I was actually at that Golden Globes. I was in the overflow room for an NBC party. Some people who knew me at G4 invited me because it's Universal, Comcast, same company. And somehow I got to this party, which was crazy because Bill Murray was working the bar as a joke. It was fun. Anyways, I was at the one. That was the one where all the clips of Ricky Gervais berating the celebs was from. I saw that live with other people surrounded by like cast of SNL, other celebs who couldn't get in the big room. Who weren't, they weren't nominees. And you felt it. Yeah. And boy, it's like, you know what? Truth is funny. And that was the truth. You saw the reactions of people like Tom Hanks and others, like, you are full of crap. You're hypocrites. This is not, it's almost like if the celebs are on that side, we know that most of them are uninformed and can't speak to the issues facing everyday Americans. But it's insulting to think that, we'll be wooed by any of these celebs toward a vote. It's ridiculous. And the fact that many of them are paid, in particular, the ones on TikTok. We know Harrison Ford. Yeah. Well, I don't know if Harrison Ford was paid, but why would he do that?
Yeah, exactly.
Spit it out.
I mean, I'll tell you this. It's like my issue with celebrities is that, especially these four and the others, is that they forgot what it's like to be the working person. They forgot what it's like to have to work every day to be able to afford food for your table, to buy gas for your car, to buy ever increasing insurance payments, to never dream of ever owning a home. They forgot what that's like. And for them to come out and say, look, I've acted like a normal person in movies, so therefore I am. And so therefore you should listen to me. And again, I'll say it again. It's the ultimate form of narcissism. To feel like that their fans will just gush over them and follow them like a cult leader. And I think they learned that they are not cult leaders. They are, as Gary describes them, adult pretenders. They have no idea what we go through and what we have to do to live day to day. And that's why we don't listen to them, or why we take their endorsements with a grain of salt.
Let's go to your comments here. Wolfgang is back.
Wolfgang for 10. Thank you. Alan, you're right. Hey, let's just end it there. Left would have made hell on earth for center right. The problem is if we continue to trade barbs, we won't go beyond trading barbs, trading wins, leaving ourselves open to our own destruction. Yeah. There's something to be said about being the human being and just letting it, look, we won, great, or we lost. That's politics, and we just still need to be people and still need to build a unified country. Benjamin for 499. Trump won Latino bros and white bros and doubled his black bros vote count. We might be on to totally undeniable bro century if we unite.
I just like that, you can't be expected based on the way you look, how you vote, unless you're a white lady.
By the way, Asians are bros too. You can throw us in.
Oh God. Okay.
Andrew Graham for 20. Thanks for the election stream, Chris and Alan and Badger.
Thanks, Andrew. Appreciate you a lot.
Pilgrim Media for 2. They have the woke mind virus. No peace for them. Yeah, we talked a lot about that last night. CD Stein 69, member for 12 months. Thank you for your support. With all the celebrities leaving Hollywood for overseas, it may be a good time to be a realtor with so many house potential up for sale. So many homes potential. You got it.
Yeah. Thanks, CD Stein.
I got it. Snakes and Funerals for 2. Avengers cast were complying maliciously.
It felt like it.
Yeah. KKK for member for 8 months. Hale, sorry to hear Frank Gore didn't win his presidential bid. He put in as little effort as humanly possible to his campaign, and it wasn't enough.
That is true.
Like one of the candidates.
No effort. It was just memes. A few more comments here.
Yeah, and KG Jung, actors acting do need to get paid. DK Gong, celebrity tears are delicious. Toxic Waltz N8. I had this exact same thought. Celebrities should share hobbies like bowling, baking, baseball, hunting. That's what connects fans. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The nerd far away. Good. Celebrity status does not equal subject matter expertise. I don't care what they think.
Bingo. Jay, do I sound good on the mic?
You sound okay.
Okay.
You're.
Lori said something might be off.
Yeah, it feels like it's been clearer in the past.
Okay. I don't know. We got to reboot.
I am become deaf destroyer of words. Uh-oh, hold on. The Taco Bell I ate this morning is unburdening me of what has been before.
Oh, that's good.
All right. Jeff Maddox for 2. Has anyone checked on Mark Hamill?
We'll get to that.
Oh, did he do something?
I'll get to it.
14.4. Celebrities flying around in private jets are the last people you want to telling the middle class what to do. Yep.
Precisely.
Bingo.
Let's go to another topic here. We have a lot. Do you have this one, Alan?
Yes, I do. Let me.
I thought you in particular would be interested in this.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate
If you
it.
could zoom in on that. It's all good. It's all good.
Because I'm the one who posted the article in the top.
Chinese youth don't care about movies? What?
What? Yes. Are young people in China done with going to movies? After a strong post-COVID recovery, the Chinese film market is plummeting, and recent reports indicate the all-important youth demo is the cause. Our younger generation just aren't going to cinemas anymore. Let me see if okay. Let me go down here. Okay, so I read a local research report recently that said the average age of Chinese moviegoers has gone from 20 years old to 26, says leading Chinese author Jia Zhenqi, whose latest feature, Caught by the Tides, premiered with critical acclaim at the Cannes Film Festival in May. Our younger generation aren't going to the cinema anymore. We have to ask ourselves, what happened? Where have these people gone? Let me just go down here. There's widespread sentiment on social media about job security, particularly among new college graduates and the mid-career crowd, says James Lee, co-founder of Beijing-based film market research firm Fennec. As a result of all this, people are holding their wallets tight. Lee continues, in our recent qualitative research among the Gen Z population in China, younger people have shown a clear tendency to aspire for stability in life. Seen in the record-breaking number of applicants for government jobs in 2024, over 3 million, they don't seem to be as ambitious or adventurous or as previous generations. Related to the films, they report not liking taking risk of spending time and money to see a movie that doesn't meet their expectations. In fact, many complain that online has become increasingly misleading. That's pretty much the heart of this. But one of the reasons I posted this is not far off from American youth.
Yes, this is a little taste of things to come in America, because the way our brains, and I don't mean, when I say our brains, I don't mean our brains. I mean the brains of the upcoming generation. They're not into movies.
Mm-hmm.
They're not into movies. They are into user-generated content, short form, and video games. That's what they're into.
Mm-hmm. That's
where they get now. Did they get storytelling? Yes. I mean, a video game, especially a really good long video game, like I've really been moved by games I played. BioShock has an amazing game. Earthbound On the Super Nintendo, I played the 90s Star Control 2. I can name a lot of video games where I was moved by the story. And I mean, like Super Mario on the Nintendo 64, like, okay, games have the same kind of storytelling power that movies do. And that's where younger minds are being wired, along with short form content on social media, whether it's TikTok or YouTube or whatever. But yeah, I think this is a little taste of things to come in the US.
Yeah, one of the comments they made, and I agree with it, is, you know, going to the movie is pretty much a 3-hour commitment. And why would you waste your time and money for something that you're not going to get paid off? Which speaks to why Deadpool and Wolverine did so well, because they knew they were in for a ride, and they knew that exactly what they were going to get when they walked in. And I have to believe that that's how they feel about every other film, and why certain films today perform better than others, because there's a sense to be good, and there's a sense that this is just going to be mediocre, and we might as well just wait for it to get on the streaming because it'll be there in a month or so.
Yeah. This is again sad, not surprising, and something Hollywood needs to pay attention to. I'm glad this is in the Hollywood Reporter, because you really need to look at this, especially they mentioned COVID in this. COVID, I think, really isolated people, made them look for other entertainment, alternative entertainment choices like the internet, like streaming shows, and they are different expectations.
Yeah. And I've been watching a lot of videos about China recently, and China's in trouble because the Chinese government doesn't understand their youth, and their youth are starting to become frustrated with the lack of support they get from the government. And so we'll see what happens there.
Let's go to comments here. I have a few comments.
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay. Davina Duckworth, China is more worried about starvation. Yep. Yeah, starvation, having a home, having a job, getting married and having a family. DK Gong, the Chinese just pirate movies these days. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what streaming was supposed to quell, was pirating. Yeah. K. Jung also says Chinese youth aren't interested in dating or marriage either. Well, they're not. They're not interested. Chinese women are not interested in dating Chinese men who don't have jobs. Tertiary, TikTok is more entertaining. Yep. I will not eat the bugs. I miss the glory days of Hong Kong cinema, especially the extreme category 3 stuff.
Well, there you are. Hey, real quick,
I
want to share something. I saw before we go to our next topic, and we'll get to topics, the Hollywood election hangover stuff, Alan. But this video popped up. Someone sent me this, and I want to share it with you. It might be AI, but yeah, I'm gonna present this. A little surprise. What the heck? What is this? From Midnight Mitch.
My fellow Americans and autists who voted for Trump, it's your boy Dank Brandon here. I want to take a moment to congratulate the DNC on losing another election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy, hobo taint, and expected to win, and they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow, that I was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. But seriously, I mean, first Hillary loses to Donald and now Kamala. This man has beaten more women than Doug Emhoff. Anyways, congrats on losing to Hitler again. I hope he locked you all up this time. Thank Brandon out.
That was
Thank Brandon out.
I do like his honesty.
Yeah.
I thought it was very honest, and appreciate that. Okay.
I'm surprised they released that they allowed him to say those things.
Look at what's trending on Twitter. Mark Hamill's silence. Hollywood's reaction. Alan, if you would read some of these, and we have some friends that are in here.
Yeah,
some people we know.
I need the link because I can't read that.
I'll send you the link.
Okay.
I'll start off. I'll send it to you here. But look at this. Critical Drinker is over here. He chimes in. Our friend Will from the Critical Drinker says, "Can someone do a wellness check on Mark Hamill? I think he might need it today." Mimi responds, "Quick, somebody check on Mark Hamill." Chris Ashton, "Mark Hamill seems uncharacteristically quiet all of a sudden. And then he quote tweeting Mark Hamill, "Today is the day we turn the page." Right.
And we are indeed.
Has anyone done a wellness check on Mark Hamill? And he's here. A lot of people roasting him. If you could go to it, Alan, so you can read some of these. But he has not said anything. He hasn't posted since November 5th. So I don't know what's up. What are your thoughts on this, Alan? I'll scroll through and see some of the other highlights, but this is crazy. "You doing okay, buddy?" from JFG. And then it's a little GIF from him from Return of the Jedi.
Oh, go down
It looks like Mark Hamill hasn't put a post in like 12 hours. It's been it's been more than 24 hours now. It's just checking in on Mark. What are your thoughts? And what's going to happen to the celebs who truly have what you could really be like a mental illness, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is Uncle Owen trying to find Luke here. You know, what do you think? He's trying to find Luke. No Luke. What are your thoughts, Alan?
What are my thoughts? I mean, I get it. They're depressed. They're very depressed. They just don't want to. They're probably, laying in bed in the dark, just lamenting what the next few days will be like, what the next few years will be like. They're probably boarding up their doors, wondering if the Trump stormtroopers are going to come in and take them out. Because, he is a dictator now. We have tyranny in America.
Cat Turd, which is Cat Turd 2, which is like a big account on X here, got 3.1 million followers, says, "Hey, Mark Hamill, why haven't you tweeted in 22 hours? You usually have so much to say." And then here's Ian Miles Chung. "Mark Hamill turned out to be a massive loser, didn't he?" And here's him with Kamala Harris.
I know. Well, his support of Obi-Wan Kenobi really meant a lot to the Star Wars community.
Here is from Dr. Simon Goddick. "Has anyone checked on Mark Hamill? He had the biggest mouth on X these past few weeks. Now he's been completely silent since yesterday." And here is a tweet from him tomorrow. This is 2 days ago. And it's the Statue of Liberty about to flick a tiny Trump with giant fingers.
I like to think that that's the Statue of Liberty saying, "Hey, Trump, A-OK."
Yeah. Is that the okay sign?
A-OK, Trump.
That's the okay sign.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I just wish celebs were far less political. It just, I don't know. It seems obvious to me. So
I wish they were just a little more self-aware as to what the world thinks of them. And we thank them for our favorite stories. But that's about it. I am your president.
And this is here's Trump as Darth Vader and Luke. No.
Why?
Yeah. You're gonna see the memes will flow. So yeah, it's just and here you go. This is the best. We should probably check in on Mark and make sure he's okay. And there's Trump as Obi-Wan and Mark as Luke Skywalker has a lightsaber going right into his face. There you go. Yeah, it's going to be like this. Stephen McKay, "I noticed Mark Hamill hasn't been active for a while." And it says 2016, A New Hope with Trump. 2020, The Empire Strikes Back with Biden and Harris. 2024, Return of the Jedi with
yes.
Trump in the bloody ear saying fight, fight, fight.
I hope he plays the Nub Nub song during the inauguration.
Yeah, that was a great trilogy. Mark Ruffalo, though, what's happened with Mark?
He's silent as well. He hasn't posted.
He is also silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, last tweet was yesterday and nothing. What do you do after this? And I don't mean like, okay, you pick your team lost, you pick one, but you have fans from both sides of the aisle. How do you reconcile that when you have spoken in such a cruel way about people? It really is. It's disheartening, and sometimes it is difficult to separate, the person from the role. Final thoughts, and we'll go to your comments here.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like every election, it's like we build up to this point where friends are at odds with each other, are at each other's throats, and then after the election, the results are done. It's like, okay, well, let's get back to work. This is the first time that I think we've had to have mental health days after an election. I guess 2016 was the same way.
Right.
But it's weird that, that our, I mean, the idea that we've demonized Trump so much that this is the reaction people have when he wins. And it tells you just the kind of Kool-Aid they've been drinking all this time.
Yeah. Let's go to your comments here. Oh, we got a lot of comments. Okay.
Yes. Okay. From Fukuguli 2. Hello.
Thank you for that.
From Scorpio Ropio. Mark imploded. Both Marks imploded. Seed, Mark Hamill is getting his midichlorians packed in. Rudy for 5. I have a lot of friends saying they'll block anyone that voted Trump because Trump is racist, sexist, etc. It's crazy. I don't want to lose friends.
It is very sad. I have had friendships ended because, and I never even came out and said who I was voting for. I mean, I think you can tell by, I just don't say it out loud. I think you can make your own assumptions, but I'm very much politically middle of the road, but I'm team common sense.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to my friends and family, the last 12 years, it was, I just didn't say who I was voting for. I just avoided the subject. I remember this past Sunday, I'm sitting at dinner with my dad, and he just looks at me and goes, "You're voting for Trump, aren't you?" I'm like, yeah. And he was kind of like, I get it. I mean, I think my mom, I don't think he knew that my mom voted for Trump. She did what Julia Roberts suggested. Just go in. Don't let your partner know who you voted for. And she voted for Trump.
Here we go. Keep going.
William for 5. Real news is Richard Gere is now selling his home and leaving the country. Yeah. I mean, Johnny Depp did that. So, some do it. Some actually do it. Bill S. Preston Esquire, Mark has decided to become a hermit on a planet with no other humans. Call him Jake Hamill. Call him Jake Hamill. Nick XH, there seems to be a disturbance in the force.
There is. All right. We got other topics.
Hey, can you chat for like a minute? I got to take care of something real fast.
Okay, sure. Okay. I'm going to talk to the chat, or I'm going to show a video. All right. Stop screen here. What's so funny is just as Alan said that, I was going to go take a bathroom break, but I guess I can't now.
I love it when they say the name of the movie in the movie. I love it too.
It does happen. So
remember when Luke said, "Oh, the Empire struck back."
Luke, we're ready for takeoff.
Good luck, Mando. When we find Jabba the Hutt and that bounty hunter, we'll contact you.
I'll meet you at the rendezvous point on Tatooine.
Princess, we'll find Han. I promise.
Chewie, I'll be waiting for your signal. Take care, you two.
Oh, the Empire struck back.
That
I remember that moment.
was great.
Yeah.
I love it.
May the menstrual cycle be with you always.
That's an oldie but a goodie. You know what's so funny? I will be right back. So now it's your turn.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Benjamin.
Excuse me, Alan. I'll be back again. Our interview subject will be here, but I need a break.
Yeah.
I can hear every comment.
Yeah.
I can hear.
You need an empty bladder to continue.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, here we go. From Jimmy Francis, Alan's reading has gotten better. Well done. No, it hasn't. You have no idea. You have no idea what's going on over here. Let's see. From Zax, there was an election. Hey, Laura, if you can help me grab some of these comments, that would be great. From Ololi Ukwe, why do I gotta drive across the bridge? Because I smart get out first. There you go. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Thomas Pickett wants to know, can the Chris kidney hold up? The answer is no. Here we go. From Ginger Adventures for 2, thank you. Best presidential movie to watch, Chris, your fave. Let me see. Oh, I'm going to go with Mars Attacks for the moment.
That's a good one. I love Mars Attacks.
But I mentioned yesterday, I think my favorite presidential movie is The Candidate.
Probably Air Force One. That's more of an action movie.
Yeah, mine's an actual political movie.
Yeah, I like The Candidate too. I like that one as well. I liked Nixon a lot because John Williams did the score, and it was amazing.
Yeah, and I like Dick.
Clip that. Clip it. And God, from Leo Cody's got something. He always has surprises. I love this. Leo Cody just sent this to me. I'm going to share it with you guys right here. We have more news stories to get through, and we will probably end the show early today because we went so late last night.
Yeah, and you got to get to Vegas too.
You are irrelevant. Yeah. So there you go. Let's go to our next news. Oh, sorry. Let's go. Do we have any other comments? Let's go to our next news story.
Yeah, let's go to the next.
I want to go to Alan.
What?
What do you want to go to?
Oh, here, I'm clearing out the comments here. I just had these 4.
Oh, good, man. I got to drive to Vegas. That's going to be fun. Yay.
Yay. Yeah. All right. Oh, gosh. Sorry.
Just pick one.
I'm juggling here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, we've been talking about Netflix. Let me So Netflix, we talked about this a lot, but Netflix is theater of adverse. They will not release movies in movie theaters. They should, but they won't. And I've spoken to publicists, I've spoken to directors who direct for Netflix, and they are all just as frustrated. Netflix lost Margot Robbie's Wuthering Heights to Warner Brothers despite a $150 million offer. Has the streamer lost its deal-making mojo? It turns out money can't buy everything. Take the case of the Red Hot Wuthering Heights package. The Emerald Fennell directed, which stars Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, sparked a bidding war with Netflix. Netflix's $150 million offer, dwarfing Warner Brothers' $80 million bid. For the past decade, agents have advised their clients to take the loot. But in the sign of the turning tide, the Wuthering Heights filmmakers, led by producer Robbie, opted for Warner Brothers film chief Michael DeLuca and Pamela Addy's pitch for a wide theatrical release and a full marketing campaign. One top agent says Netflix was shocked by the outcome because obviously they had outbid every other studio for so long and had been used to winning these contracts. Even more surprising, Netflix may not have even finished the heat in second. Amazon is believed to have done so, having promised Fennell a major theatrical push. For its part, Warner's was eager to move forward immediately. Production begins in the first quarter of 2025, sources say, even if this poses logistical headaches for Lordy, who is scheduled to begin shooting Euphoria. Netflix has the biggest number of subscribers and scale, so they can afford to play the game that they're playing. But there's a growing contingent of directors and movie stars who are saying no thanks. Now some filmmakers who signed deals with Netflix appear to be having second thoughts about the company's no to cursory theatrical stance and are looking for any wiggle room. In 2020, Greta Gerwig inked a lucrative pact to write and direct 2 films for the streamer based on C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia book series. But that was before the success of Gerwig's Barbie, $1.4 billion box office haul. With Barbie starring Robbie now having bypassed Netflix on Wuthering Heights, Gerwig has renewed leverage and is in discussion to see Narnia receive an IMAX run when it is released in 2026. A source familiar with the dealmaker says talks are preliminary for Narnia to screen at most of the roughly 1,800 IMAX theaters globally, but the footprint has not been discussed in detail. Others say the film will only unspool across a fraction of the IMAX theaters.
Yeah, the thing is this, you have to admit that Netflix has made some very good films.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was fortunate to see All Quiet on the Western Front in a theater on the big screen, the wall of sound. I don't care how big your home theater is, except for at the Ross House. It's very big. But I don't care how big it is. It's not going to get the impact of seeing a movie in a theater. And I mean, when you look at like The Irishman and other things that Scorsese's done films with Netflix, they have got the talent, but they see no upside to theatrical.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's killing theatrical, it means the movies seem less valuable. And while I've had a Netflix subscription since when they sent you discs. I wish I had those little envelopes. I wish I kept a few, as a memento. I did not. But I really think they would get more value. It would seem like, wow, this movie that was in theaters 6 months later, it's on Netflix, whatever. I think they're missing it. And they own the theater. They own the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood and did a restoration. That is a beautiful theater. You and I, Alan, have been there for events.
Yeah.
And screenings.
They did it. That's the only theater they'll show up in. I believe there's another theater, and they did it solely for the Oscar run.
Right. That's it. So, I mean, I wish they would lean into it a little more. It's disappointing to see, to see this, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that directors and actors and producers are pushing up against Netflix. The fact that that Margot Robbie would take half the money in order to get a theatrical run says a lot about how important theaters are. I mean, as much as the industry is dying, again, do more with the bad movies than it has to do with the economy, I believe. And look, good for her. I guess we're seeing Wuthering Heights in theaters, and I'll be looking forward to it. But but to the point here, it is a tough choice to make. I believe, we saw Blitz, which I believe is Apple TV,
right?
But Apple's doing the exact same thing. They're not releasing stuff in theaters, and they're giving, they're backing up the Brinks truck to directors to do it. And you and I saw Blitz at a screening in the theater.
Yeah,
that's a movie you have to see in the theater. Your TV or iPad is just not going to be good enough to give you the experience that Steve McQueen had put into making that movie.
Yeah, let's go to your comments here. Okay, sorry, the reset. That's a reset.
I don't do. Is there a plane in the background?
That is the lawn people just on time. It sounds like they're landing a plane.
Yeah.
They're right outside my window. You can hear it?
The lawn technicians. Yes, I hear it for once.
You hear it?
Yeah. That's all right. It's not.
Is it not that bad?
Not that bad. They'll go away.
Will it though?
It's not like they're smoking in front of your window.
I expect longer, and I expect bigger. Longer, bigger. Long, bigger. Bigger. Longer, bigger.
I wish I knew what we were talking about.
What do you mean?
I just context is everything. Andrew Cram gifted 1 Film Threat membership. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you,
Roxanne Stein, in the words of Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, you should open your mouth a little bit wider when you speak, Alan. Patrick Lemire also says Netflix has a debt problem from things like spending Godzilla -1s on Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, 12 Godzilla -1s, which would be about what, 180 million?
Yeah. 100, yeah. So the Netflix offer was 150 million. But I mean, Netflix is winning right now. They have the money. Dark Hierophant, Margot isn't a bankable actress. Barbie was huge because of the IP that made the big bucks. I think that speaks more to, do we have movie stars anymore?
Yeah.
Because I think Margot is as close to a movie star as you're going to get, but she just doesn't have the cachet as movie stars of the past. ADL's 24. The last adaptation of Wuthering Heights made $100K globally. When was that?
I don't know.
All right.
Also, I do have to click the button that's background noise. It's just right there. So my apologies about that. So there you are. All right. Is this a video that I'm looking for?
Oh, it was 2011 when Wuthering Heights came out last.
You know what? Let's add some positivity to the a quick break from all this talk, Alan.
Okay.
A quick break. I'm going to present something. You can take that off the screen. Right here. I just want to watch this again.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we, the people, choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
Making that new
I just want to say something real quick about that. That's first of all, Trump was not the focus of that ad.
Mm-hmm.
It was regular people and the team. He wasn't in it like the majority. He was mixed in. It was an ensemble piece featuring the people he's bringing into his administration. The other thing is, I get choked up. That's how I fell in love with politics. Is we can all rise up and be better than, we can aspire to something. It's like I love the character of Superman or heroes.
Yeah, just the feeling that we could actually make a better nation.
Yeah, God, that was great.
Yeah, didn't Gary say Governor Shanahan?
Yeah, is that who that was?
Yeah, Nicole Shanahan. She was the running mate of RFK, and when Gavin's up,
sorry about that.
2 years. Yeah, I think Gavin's up in 2 years.
Yeah. God, that's the best video that they put out. Honestly, I think that is the best one. So, but let's continue to look at the reaction in Hollywood. Alan, if you would, I know there are a bunch of articles that are out there, but the election hangover is real. It is absolutely real. I want to keep this graphic up because I want to remind myself I think the meltdown has only begun. It's only begun. So I want to get your thought. Wait, we've got a whole bunch of chats here, but this is going to continue. I'm going to AFM in Vegas, and I'm going to be talking to a lot of people in the industry, and there's no way to tell where people are. Do you know what I mean? Like, or what they think about things. And I just sort of, I don't feel like I need to declare, but
honestly, I feel like they know they're going to make money in the next few years.
Do you think so? Well, there's two things. One, there's the news outlets that are going to just, make money off of what they've been doing. But is that good for the country? And is it as profitable as it used to be? Is it as profitable? What are your thoughts before we go to the article?
I mean, it'd be interesting if you focused in on, you go into AFM and you're looking for stuff to buy, then maybe you're looking for things that would appeal to the right, to the Trump supporters. And maybe in your gut, that whether you agree with Donald Trump or not, if you distribute those films, you're going to make money. And, I'm curious to see if people actually go in with that attitude this weekend.
Yeah, we have a lot of comments, but I want to get to this. Do you have that story queued up? Am I wrong? Is there a story?
The first one there is? I know we have a few, but I have the first one. It's basically Hollywood's reaction to Trump's election.
Yeah, where is that?
Yeah, it's the first one, the rap from.
Well,
the rap.
you add it to the.
Yeah.
You can take
So you want me to? I'll bring it up. Okay.
Please.
I forget. I have to keep hitting buttons. Hollywood sees and mourns Donald Trump's re-election. America is done. The damage he is about to inflict on the next 2 years will be irreparable. Wendell Pierce writes.
Wow.
Not looking good. Following Donald Trump's re-election on Tuesday night, those who voted against him in Hollywood both mourned and raged on Wednesday morning, worrying for the future of the country. In some cases, like that of Dead to Me star Christina Applegate, confusion reigned over everything else, and she encouraged everyone who voted for Trump to unfollow her. Why? Can you give me a reason why? My child is sobbing because her rights as a woman may be taken away. Why? And if you disagree, please tell me. Of course, that may seem a moot point, as as in a separate post, the actress noted that she'll be shutting down her account because this is sick. And then those are her 2 tweets. Let me see.
What else?
Yeah.
If you could go through some of the reactions that are in the article.
Okay. Kevin, you just want me to go through the tweets here? Or
yeah, tweets. We get it. Like, how is Hollywood reacting to 4 years of Trump and potentially 8 years of, assuming they do a great job, 8 years of JD Vance? I think the problem with how I hear, and I've always heard this statement, the right understands the left better than the left understands itself. I do think on the right, people on the right are more empathetic. They understand the left. The left doesn't understand the right at all, and the left doesn't understand themselves.
Well, the sense I've always gotten was the left, essentially the left's position is whatever the right agrees with, or says is truth. So, you know, it's that song from, I believe it was Animal Crackers, you know, whatever they're for, I'm against it. Basically.
Right.
Rather than having a series of values, because that's what the Democrats used to have. What liberals used to have was a series of values, such as freedom of speech, equality, you know, even then diversity and civil rights. That's what used to be. Now their values are anti-right. Anything the right is for, we're against.
Even though we have so much in common, a good economy would help everyone, every person. So, the point is that if there was any empathy whatsoever on the left toward people on the right, people who want families, people who want their kids to, focus on the basics in school. Why don't you just go through the tweets? Then we will go to your comments.
Okay, so we'll go. Kevin McHale, remember him from Glee? Supreme Court gone for the rest of my lifetime. Ultra conservative, evangelical bigotry, xenophobia, racism is the mandate. From Wendell Pierce, elections have consequences. The Supreme Court will be changed for I'll never see a moderate court again in my lifetime. Alito and Thomas will step down and Trump will appoint 40-year-old partisans to the bench. The damage he is about to inflict on our institution. We read that second part already. Ellie Mistal. Black people are relatively well prepared for what's about to happen because it's happened to us before. America has done this to us before. It's just about to widen the aperture to a bunch of people who ain't used to it. Yvette Nicole Brown, as Ellie New York Times said, let me make sure I'm not reading this. For us, this is everyday Wednesday. Black folks are used to this. The rest of you are about to be shocked by how America treats you when it doesn't care about you, and your new dear leader doesn't care anymore about any of you. Angel Reese. I'm so disappointed in America. Some of you just couldn't selfishly put your pride aside. Huh? Sophia Bush, great job giving the MAGA gang more power, America. Wonder how many folks are seeing these and still saying, but at least he's not a black woman in privacy in their homes tonight. My heart is broken. Let's see. Stephen King, here we go. There's a sign you can see in many shops that sell beautiful but fragile items. Lovely to look at, delightful to hold, but once you break it, then it's sold. You can say the same about democracy.
This is really melodramatic, these comments. It's off the rails. But Stephen King is like that. Where's Mark Cuban? I want to see Mark Cuban.
Well, we talked about he actually congratulated Trump, saying he won fair and square, and that he congratulated Elon Musk. So at least he's trying to he's coping in a better way than most are.
But you know what we've got to look forward to the next 4 years? We are going to get this for 4 years.
See, what I don't understand is we already had 4 years of this, and none of these things that people said were going to happen ever happened. You know, how exactly did black people go backwards? Because
I will tell you how we know things are healed. Do you want to know how?
How?
I'll tell you. You'll know it. When next time Halloween comes around, you're gonna see hot Handmaid's Tale outfit, sexy Handmaid's Tale. When we get sexy Handmaid's Tale, if it exists, I want to find it. The Handmaid's Tale outfits are sold out everywhere, but I want to see sexy Handmaid's Tale, high heels, fishnets, corset with some cleavage. I want to see hot Handmaid's Tale. That would be hot. I can save some of these women. I'm sure I could.
Yeah, now that you're all trimmed down and good looking, and
yeah, you should see me with my shirt off, Alan.
I know. I think you're definitely attracted to the they thems.
There they are.
Yeah.
Let's go to your comments here.
Dante Gray won for 50 Danish krone. I went to a showing of Lord of the Rings 1978 the other day and went on a Bakshi bender. Hollywood isn't done. They just need new leadership, a new Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, Bakshi, Ralph Bakshi. That's awesome, man.
Wolfgang.
I saw that movie, by the way, in the theater when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From Wolfgang for 5. Good news. People like Zachary Levi, Gina Carano, and Kevin Sorbo lend hope to the other side. It's still not going to work in Hollywood, that's for sure. Charles Harrison. Bullshit. The Dems were terrible to regular Americans.
Charles, I agree with you. Thank you for being a member. I agree with you. I am an eternal optimist. I'm Luke Skywalker. I feel like Luke in the sense that, you got to kill Vader. He's the enemy. Kill him. I feel the good in you. I feel that there is good in people. So I want to hope or aspire for that. I feel that there is goodness, and maybe get off social media. Maybe, that can help, but also just, I don't know. I feel like we need to move past the division. I think the worst thing is the news.
Mm-hmm.
The news is really divided Americans. We need to listen to the news less. So thank you, Charles.
And they call us the low information voters.
Yeah.
ADLS 20. This is the most inspiring political ad of modern times.
Yeah, and thank you for suggesting it, 8Ls24. It gave me chills. I got choked up.
John Odom, to Mars.
I like, at the end of the day, a hopeful message.
Mm-hmm. Goon says, it feels good, man. Even the state of California is trying to change itself.
Yeah, Gascon, that terrible DA that did not prosecute criminals, got voted out.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And, Angry Badger. Hey, our co-host last night. What a beautiful day. Yes, it is.
Thank you, Badger. Always love spending time with you. We got to hang over the holidays. I'm sure we will at some point at Frank and Sons.
I was out and about this morning, and there were no Democrats on the street. They're just laying there.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, one last topic for today. Game of Thrones movie in early development. I didn't see this one coming. This happened. This was announced on October 31st from the Hollywood Reporter, Heat Vision, which is the nerd section. Game of Thrones movie in early development at Warner Bros. The studio has been quietly developing a film based on George R.R. Martin's fantasy universe, as HBO Max and Warner's are increasingly cross-pollinates the company's big fantasy titles. Not much here other than the announcement that is in development. I mean, things in development, everything's in development. Every movie, book, there's a Plastic Man movie in development or has been. I mean, there was one actually with Paul Rubens to play Plastic Man. What I'm saying is this isn't new. It was talked about, and here you go. It says the move might represent a shift in the company's strategy regarding the property. The showrunners of the original Game of Thrones series famously wanted to conclude the series with 3 feature films instead of its 2019 final season. Martin was also keen on the idea, and the author told Hollywood Reporter back in 2014 that concepts were kicked around. For a long time, HBO strongly resisted the idea and instead wanted to preserve the Prestige series as an HBO property. Alan, what do you think about a Game of Thrones show?
I don't watch the series, but this feels like Warner Brothers. Again, they need movies, and why not? I mean, is this going to be based? Is this the final book or something? Or I'm riffing off the top of my head of what little I know of Game of Thrones, but
well, they wanted to conclude the series with 3
Yeah.
movies instead of a season 8.
final
So
season,
I
yeah.
don't know.
yeah.
All right, let's go to comments if you don't have any opinions.
Yeah, I mean, who's asking for it? I guess there's enough Game of Thrones fans out
And
there.
we'll do one last news story.
Okay.
before we
They're
leave.
doing far away. Pardon my cynicism, but what would a Game of Thrones movie accomplish? Exactly. It's just, we have an IP. We need some money. Let's make a Game of Thrones movie. Red French Moon, Arya on a boat. Sons and Shadows. And George will be involved for half the production. Get mad, quit. Protest that the whole thing sucks, like his MO. But there will be boobs in it, right?
There will be boobs. All right. We have one last news story. I'm sorry I have to wrap it early because I got to get to Vegas. But this one would be interesting right here.
Yes.
Let's bring that up. While you're doing that, I'm going to play a video. Now I know how Mo feels when Larry and Curly do something like,
Did you get anything? No. Oh, slacker. What's the idea of the 2 brushes? I'm in a hurry. Well, get going.
I'm Mo right now. All right. This story is interesting. Adam McKay, who's a big Democratic Party supporter.
Yes, he directed Vice about a fellow Harris supporter, Dick Cheney. So he has a lot to say about this. Adam McKay, this is a 3-part tweet. Who would have guessed lying about Biden for 2 years, refusing to do an open convention for a new nominee, never mentioning public health care or embracing fracking, the Cheneys, and a year-long slaughter of children in Gaza wouldn't be a winning strategy? Anyone with half a brain? I thought liberals' whole thing is being smart. It's not. They actually just blindly cheer the parade of rickety optics wrapped up in New York Times fonts. That is the modern Dem Party. Well, at least it's time for the dusty hacks and careerists to spread their feathers wide post-election and blame Russia and third-party candidates. That should fix things.
There's 3 parts, though. You got to go to the...
Yeah, that was the 3rd part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? I like Adam McKay actually as a director.
Yes.
I'm just not... What are your thoughts on this? What are your takeaways?
Well, this is the it's kind of the veil being lifted.
Right.
People. I was watching Grace Randolph even before this, but
I watched her too.
Yeah, but it's the they were supporters. They went in supporting her. They went in thinking that this strategy was the strategy and it was going to win. But even though back in their minds, they knew that what the hell are they doing? This can't possibly work. And when it didn't work, they come out and say it. It's like, you knew exactly what the problems were. You chose to cover it up and just take us down this path with all of you. And I think what Adam McKay here and even Grace Randolph is saying is it's time to step back, reassess the situation and make changes to the Democratic Party if they're ever to really compete again. Because the current strategy, DEI and wokeness, is not working. They're not saying that, but I'm saying it. Once the Democrats embraced DEI and wokeness, they knew that they're going to lose a lot of their and they're going to continue if they follow that path.
We're going to see over the next 4 years that you're not going to change whatever. And to be fair, Trump is a moderate.
Mm-hmm. He's not a Republican, but he's not a conservative. That's for sure.
He really is a very middle of the road centrist. When you look at his policies and how Trump governed, he respects the Constitution. All the things they say about him, he never did. Mm-hmm. And it's more, in fact, it could be argued very easily that the other side did the things they accused him of doing. He never did it. So,
like prosecuting your enemies?
Yes, I think he's going to be very middle of the road. He's going to bring in people from all sides. I think he's shown that he doesn't hold grudges. You say nice things about him, he gets he can be swayed. But I don't think it's going to be a crazy 4 years. I think a lot has to be rebuilt after COVID. And I think he will leave the country better in 4 years than he's coming into it. It'll be better. We'll be better off. But the Dems have to look at who are they serving. You have to earn the vote. Look at, and we'll get the final vote tallies later, maybe by Friday or Monday.
Yeah.
But to really analyze that data, you have to earn the vote. Don't say the other guy sucks. Tell me what you stand for. It was never articulated. And so many of the policies were, I'm against, having your kids taken away by the state because they want to express a gender identity. I'm not for that. I'm for parental rights. I'm for, let gay kids be gay, whatever they turn out to be. Kids go through phases. 1 minute they're into Pokemon, the next it's strawberry shortcake, the next it's Hello Kitty, whatever. Let them go through phases. Let them be who they are. And when they become adults, they can make choices. Not until then. There's so many things that turn me off. So they gotta, he's right.
Yeah, well, that video you showed, half of those people were Democrats, were former Democrats.
Yeah.
The fact that he got Muslim support in Michigan.
Yeah.
It says something about his ability to reach out to others, to finally say, that his policies are for Americans, period. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're an American, this is for you. And even if you didn't vote for him, and that's the problem I've always had with politics, was this cronyism. That the priority of the legislation for the next 4 years will be the people who funded my. And then my biggest disillusionment with the Republican Party has always been the wars, the military.
Yes,
I was very much for, very much pro-military, or at least pro-presidential military. But going to Iraq was in hindsight a massively horrible decision, and a lot of people died. A lot of people died, innocent people, both military on both sides, that should never have died. And then to see Joe Biden do the exact same thing. People are dead because of who should be alive today. And I'm speaking to the withdrawal from Afghanistan. So, this is why, Republican, Democrat, this election for me was about supporting Donald Trump and his team.
Let's go to your comments here as we wrap up. We're going to start with supers here. We're going to go,
From our own Sherman for 5. Chris, is this a new personal best for you in hours streamed over the last 24 hours?
Oh,
How many hours have you not streamed over the last 24 hours?
It's been like 12 hours. So more. Yeah, maybe more. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot. Thanks, Aaron.
From John Snowden, Adam McKay is a Dem I can respect with this take.
Yeah, he seems sober-minded. He's not off the rails.
Yeah, or he's not entranced by his party. He's
Right.
speaking his mind. Bija Kazai, I've been trying to tell my friends that the current Dem party is not the same as it was in the 90s. Yep.
Absolutely.
Or the 80s. 80 Ellis, has anyone checked in on Tampon Timmy Wall's son?
Not yet.
I know. Sons and Shadows get to 5 Film Threat memberships. Thank you.
Thanks, Sons and Shadows.
All right, and Red French Moon. At least McKay asks questions and don't blaming voters. I can hear that reasoning.
Exactly. He's asking questions. He's saying, "Look, this is a bad thing to do. He should have done it. They should have run a primary and gotten someone else." And you know what? Kamala Harris would have been president if people were honest about Biden's health issues. She would have become president. Hey, do a primary. Let's get the best. I mean, it worked out the way it worked out. But yeah, he's being smart.
Well, I'm saying if they had run a primary, it would have been RFK versus Trump.
Yep.
Patrick Lemire, hilarious how the neocons and Democrats are a uniparty. Yeah, I mean, once Dick Cheney supported Harris, I knew it was over.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. And a quick shout out, final two. Thanks to our mod, Lord Thoth. Thank you to Atomic Lore and Glanuccio, making us look good. And thank you to Alan. I'm getting on I'm going to go see the movie Juror Number 2, and I'm hopping on the road. What are you doing?
I'm seeing Gladiator 2 tomorrow.
Yay! What other movies?
Fingers crossed, I'll be seeing the best Christmas pageant ever. And is the gays. And
That wraps it
Bloodbath,
up
is that
for
the other movie?
that. Get on it. I don't remember what that's from.
The gayest gays?
Yes.
I'm sure. Well, I saw Venom in the background. Context. We need context.
All right. Hey, have a great afternoon, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us in our elections live stream. That was a lot of fun. We'll be back Friday. I'll also be doing a live stream from the floor of AFM on Saturday. I'll be in Vegas. Anyone in Vegas, let me know. I will be there. Thank you very much. And Alan, what do you got to say for yourself?
Let's get out of here.